I Do helps women step into love and life with purpose and power.
Author, keynote speaker, and empowerment coach Andria Hudson joins us now to break down the questions you need to ask before saying I do. And these are some very important questions because I think a lot of people focus on the day, that beautiful wedding, you know, all the guests and all the fun, and then they never think about, okay, the life after.
Absolutely, because there is life after the wedding day.
A whole lot.
It's forever.
Yes, ideally.
Ideally, absolutely. So I think it's just, good to be prepared mentally, emotionally, and knowing to have those right conversations with your potential mate.
What are some of the more obscure questions women should be asking? Because we know like politics, number of children, maybe finances, religion, those things, right?
So let's talk about family history.
Okay.
I think that family history is so important. Asking the questions regarding if there were two parents living in the home, if there was one parent living in the home, what was the circumstances surrounding that? Who was the primary breadwinner? Because every time we meet someone, we bring our family history with us.
Oh, yes, we do.
We are the sum total of our family experiences. So don't be afraid to ask the questions regarding family history. And then let's talk physical history. How often do you have a checkup? When was your last checkup? Do you have blood, any type of, diseases, cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes that runs in your bloodline? How do you handle stress? Is there a history of drug abuse or alcoholism? These are questions that you need to know, need to ask regarding physical history, family history, and as you stated, finances as well. How long have you been on your job?
But these are the questions you ask on the first date.
These are, I always tell women that, the first date might be a little too much, but if you see that the relationship is heading in the direction where there is a long-term commitment, then it's time to start having the difficult conversations.
And I would venture to say, you're not going to say all the answers are going to be an absolute hard no.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because there should be dialogue.
Yeah.
And what I'm learning is that the reason why a lot of marriages and a lot of relationships break down is because of lack of communication. I think individuals are just afraid to have those difficult conversations. It's easy when we like one another, we enjoy spending time with one another, we're getting on, we're happy. But what happens when we're getting on each other's nerves? Where is there the breakdown of communication? When is that happening?
I think a lot of people are afraid that if they hear one thing that is not something that they are ready to hear, they think it's a deal breaker. What advice do you have for them if they hear something that may not necessarily be something they're prepared to hear? Is it like, shoom, let's head out the door, or shoom, let's head to the therapist?
Premarital counseling is vital.
Okay.
So if you are heading into the direction of marriage, do not be afraid to schedule premarital counseling. This is what I've learned about premarital counseling. It peels the layers off of your relationship, and it provides the safe space for transparency and vulnerability. So while you may not hear the answer that you want to hear, it's not necessarily a deal breaker because none of us are perfect.
Right.
I'm not perfect, he's not perfect. But when you are in a safe space where both of you all have that mutual respect and you're able to provide that transparency and vulnerability, then you can peel the layers back, you can dig a little deeper and find out why you feel the way that you feel. Why do I feel the way that I feel? Why do you believe what you believe? Why do I believe what I believe? And let's find a happy medium.
I like how you talked about the parenting history or the family history, because I feel like, yes, you may talk about maybe I want 2 kids, maybe I want 3 kids, and you come to that decision.
Yes.
But not how you're going to parent those kids all comes up, right?
Yes.
And that's a game changer.
You must discuss that because in a woman's mind, she may feel like, hey, I'm working full time because the majority of us women are doing that. We're working full time. So I may not be that ideal wife that is staying at home, raising the kids, cooking dinner every night. You got to discuss that. Now, if he came from a household where that's what was modeled before him, he may have a preconceived notion saying that I expect you to be at home, raising the kids, cooking dinner, doing all of the errands, doing all of the chores, but no one talked about it.
Yeah.
So now
Right.
after I do, we're coming into our lifestyle
Right.
and creating a culture for our home, and we both have preconceived notions that we have not discussed.
All right, so this is based on, you've been married 21 years?
21 years.
So this is based on your own experience and the experiences you've had with
Yes.
people that come to you
Yes.
in real life.
Absolutely. So for many years, as part of my business, I've always empowered women, specifically married women, hosting events, hosting seminars to empower them for married life. And then I started to receive a lot of feedback from single women saying, hey, don't forget us out here.
Yeah.
You know, these dating streets are a little treacherous. We need encouragement as well. And they use other words besides
I was
treacherous.
about to say, ooh, yeah, because I got a lot of single girlfriends.
And they're like, you know what? You know, Coach Hudson, we need some encouragement. We need some help. And so that gave me the inspiration to write this ebook.
Well, awesome. Andrea, thank you so much for coming in and
thank you.
sharing with us.
Thank
for
you
more
guys for
information,
having me.
visit AndriaSHudson.com.